Times now. Action begins here.
Okay, here's where how the numbers stack up right now eventually. And the numbers are pretty interesting. Now, the numbers overall, 367 and 0 are the latest leads, trends. Actually, these are the clear results. And if you look at it in terms of vote share, the vote share for the Aam Aadmi Party, BJP and the Congress tells another story. Now, it may appear that the BJP has kept 32.9% of the vote, and they're going to go around and say we lost 1%. But the fact is, you compare it to their performance in the Lok Sabha, they actually come down about 13% because they were close to 46%. The Aam Aadmi Party was 29.5%. So from 29.5%, they actually go up this time. And they're going up. They get the 67 on the back of approximately, I would say, 25% plus positive swing. So it's a huge swing as far as Arvind Kejriwal is concerned that he's actually benefited from. And that tells you the story of what's happened between 2013 and 2015. Now, I'm going to quickly run over to the other side. Okay, 1 second. The BJP figures, by the way, on the other hand, 31 and 3. And this story is from 33% to 32%. But then why does it make such a big difference? It's because every anti-BJP vote goes to the Aam Aadmi Party. 3 out of every 5 Congress votes goes to the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is the reason why the Aam Aadmi Party has built up this gigantic tower, and you just have probably a single-story building of the BJP on the other side. And I'm going to run over to the other side and join my friend Jaiveer, the other side of the set, because we're going to take you through the heat map of Delhi, and then take you through the spectrum of Delhi. We told you earlier today we'd use a few visual tools, and Jay, you can explain to our viewers what the heat map is really and what is the color scheme and how they should read it. This is the heat map of Delhi in 2013. This is the heat map of Delhi for the Aam Aadmi Party specific only on this side. Jay will tell you, basically, viewers, if you're joining us now, how to read the colors on the screen. Jay, over to you.
It's actually very simple. If you sit at home, take a color pencil and shade the map for different vote shares, this is what you would get. So, they're a data visualization architect. Okay, so this is 0 to 20% seats are shaded in light yellow, slightly darker yellow, 20 to 30, orange 30 to 35, and then turns red and maroon. Look at this. Other than the heart of Delhi, in 2013, the AP was largely yellow or dark yellow.
Absolutely.
Having most of the seats within the 30% range. Come over there, what's happened? There are few who are actually popping into the 30 to 35% range. Most have actually crossed in the plus 40% range, which means it actually tells the story. 0 to 20, take something like an average of 15. Here, take an average of something like 40 plus. It gives this thing 25% plus, which has happened all across the state.
So you see how the heat map of Delhi shows that from a state where there were pockets of the deepest color, maroon, which is a very strong Aam Aadmi Party presence in excess of 40%, almost all of Delhi turns maroon, which is excess of 40% for the Aam Aadmi Party. Jay and I will now show you the similar heat map for the BJP. It tells a completely different story. Let's just pull it up on our graphics. And Jay, you can take us through the heat map of Delhi in that side and how it ends up in 2015 and the story it tells you.
Absolutely. You look at the BJP's heat map in 2013 now. You had these large swaths on the outskirts of Delhi, where the party is doing very strong. 30 to 35%, 35 to 40, or upwards of 40 here. All here. Again here, swaths on the outskirts where the party is doing very well, doing weakly in the center. Now observe the difference here. It still continues to be weak. This is actually your New Delhi area. This is your heart. It still continues to be weak here. Retains only a small pocket of strength here, but concedes space all over.
So if there are BJP supporters who say, so what, there are still pockets of saffron. The bad news for you is pockets of saffron don't matter. Only pockets of maroon matter. And you have only this much out there in the middle. That's therefore a wipeout. In a bilateral contest, this is all that is left of the BJP. From our digital news desk in Mumbai, Ashwin Raghunath has some interesting figures of when Twitter erupted. Ashwin, over to you.
A lot of things. Again, 400 retweets.
Yes, Ashwin. Over to you. Okay, we don't have Ashwin ready yet. We're going to go to him when he's ready.
Fantastic tools that's coming our way to help us really understand
Yeah, go ahead, Ashwin.
Hi, Arnab. So we've had some fantastic tools to help us understand what really caused Twitter to explode this morning. So here's how it all unfolded on Twitter. We're tracking the AAP win in New Delhi and how Twitter just erupted. So it's about 11 o'clock, to be more specific, at about 10:15 that the entire Twitter erupted. And one of the most important tweets at that point of time was Ajay Makan's tweet. Let's just bring up that tweet at this point of time, which said, "I congratulate Arvind Kejriwal and his party for the massive victory in Delhi. Wish him all the best." So this was one of the tweets that really caused Twitter to explode completely. Now let's move along to the next tab out here. We are going to open the next tab here in Chrome on the top out here. Now this was one of the other tweets that caused the whole of Twitter to explode. Lots of retweets coming in about the news in the very sense as to what really was happening. Now I'm going to take your focus onto the BJP defeat itself. How did that unfold on Twitter? Now that's been exploding a couple of times. That's not been one of those things that that blew up and stayed in rest. In fact, it blew up at this point of time around 10:30. If we can take that further ahead, it also blew up by about 3 o'clock. And let's look at the tweets that really made the difference. We have the tweet by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy at the bottom out there, which caused a lot of Twitter talk. Amazing that Congis, instead of introspecting where their vote disappeared, are celebrating BJP's defeat. So that was Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. Let's head back out there. Let's look at the other tweet. Dr. Kumar Vishwas's tweet was the other tweet that caused a lot of retweets. 3,700 retweets, Arnab. And that was, even if BJP gets less than 7 seats, we'll give the LOP to BJP. Again, a lot of furor that came about from that tweet. Let's look at the third tweet that came about, which caused a lot of talk again at this point of time, straight from the heart of Omar Abdullah, saying, if there's a lesson for the Congress in it, it is that Modi and the BJP aren't unbeatable. If you take the fight to them, don't wait for their mistakes. Again, 400 to 500 tweets coming at that point of time. Finally, I'd like to take you to Kiran Bedi's tweets that came about, which was really damage control. Now, who is saying I'm not taking responsibility for the BJP defeat? I am. I also said BJP leadership will take stock of what they were.
I can't believe this. So okay, Ashwin, thanks very much for that update. I can only tell you Kiran Bedi changes her position every few minutes. I mean, you can't even say she's politically immature, which is why she does U-turns so often. Thanks very much. There, Ashwin Raghunath from our digital news desk. Let's go straight into the debate. Is this a referendum against Narendra Modi? Should the central government take responsibility? Rahul Mehra, Jaiveer, Shergill and Vani Tripathi Tikku representing the BJP, the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party in this debate. Welcome, welcome. Let's throw it open to you. Is this a referendum? Come on. The BJP cannot be in denial anymore, Vani, about this being a vote against the Modi government. Your defiance falls flat because the Modi government was in charge of governing Delhi for 9 months flat. The vote is therefore as much an indication of the disapproval of the performance of the Modi government in the last 9 months since Delhi has been under president's rule. Vani, and by the way, you built the hype over it, so you might as well accept it. We've been talking about it since morning. Perhaps you've had a change of heart. And Rahul Mehra and Jaiveer Shergill, it's an open debate. Feel free to come in. Vani, you can start the debate.
Well, Arnab, I said to you in the afternoon also when I was talking to you that this is not the time to cast aspersions. This was not a referendum, it was an election result. And I'm reminded of these beautiful lines by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, which I want to say this to you. Atalji faced something very similar a couple of years ago, and he wrote these 4 beautiful lines, which I really want to share with you. Na jeet mein, na haar mein, अब नहीं हूं भयभीत में, कर्तव्य पथ पर जो चले ये भी सही वो भी सही. So we are a party of collective consciousness. We are a party which belongs to a cadre. We take responsibility for who we are. We will threadbare discuss, Arnab, why did we lose? But casting aspersions, this is not the day to cast aspersions. We worked very hard. If we could not connect, we need to introspect. We will, and we will look within and look at what happened and what went wrong.
Vani, I'll just correct the quoted you quoted of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The correct lines are, क्या जीत में क्या हार में किंचित नहीं भयभीत में संघर्ष पथ पर जो मिला ये भी सही वो भी सही.
That's exactly. Well done, Jaiveer. Well done. Jaiveer corrected Vani Tripathi on quoting Vajpayee.
You quote the whole poem. You quote the whole poem. That's very nice. Very nice to know that you know Hindi poetry so well. But Sangharsh and Kartavya go hand in hand. And Sangharsh and Kartavya is what, both of it is what Bharatiya Janata Party stands for.
Vani, I'll tell you one thing. All this is very nice. All this is very nice. No, before you come in, Jaiveer, Bazaru Bhagoda, Bandar Madari, Chor Zehrila, Naxal Bandasib Toxic. इनमें से किस वर्ड को कभी अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने कोई पॉलिटिकल डिबेट में यूज किया? इसके बारे में भी सोच ले. Jaiveer Shergill is firing the first salvo at you. Yes, Jaiveer. By the way,
3 quick points. I hope.
Okay, go ahead.
I hope BJP spokesperson remembered the many lines of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Then they were exercising their lungs to the full capacity, crediting Mr. Modi with the wins in Haryana and Maharashtra. That time they forgot their state leadership altogether. So they merely want to wear him the crown of victory, but do not want to wear the burdensome the coat of loss. Second, look at the situation. Congress lost the mandate of the people after serving them 15 years. BJP has created the record, losing the mandate in exactly 7 months. Today's win by Aam Aadmi Party is a befitting reply to the communal agenda of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the proof of BJP's government's failure to deliver on their promise in the 7 months. Third, please replay any rally of BJP by Mr. Modi or anybody. They only sought votes in the name of Mr. Narendra Modi. And today, if people did not vote, it clearly proves Narendra Modi is not an attractive proposition anymore as far as votes are concerned. So, lastly, I think they should be graceful enough to take say yes, we have lost, rather than to suffer from arrogance or ostrich syndrome. Ping-ponging the defeat between Mr. Modi and Ms. Kiran Bedi or their other workers. What's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. Please adopt the same strategy when you were crediting him for victory in Haryana and Maharashtra, and now suddenly you have once again, true to your character, taken a U-turn by saying, no, he's not responsible for any loss.
No, but you just have to read the vision document. The vision document is nothing about, it talks about the administrative and diplomatic maturity and competence of Shri Narendra Modi and calls him a man of action. You highlight the achievements of the Modi government in your vision document. Jan Dhan Yojana, regularization of unauthorized colonies, water for the Munakal in Haryana, establishment of skill and development department, creating more jobs for the youth. Every page of the vision document, and Rahul Mehra may have read it, every page of the vision document only has one tagline. Let's go with Modi. It was written in bold green. You don't believe me, Vani? Pick out a copy of your vision document. How can you not call this a referendum when Narendra Modi is all over your campaign?
Arnab,
I don't. You devote one entire section.
Arnab, I don't.
You devote an entire
I don't
section
have to take out. No, I don't have to take out.
No, so why are you? No, why are you?
Arnab, I don't have to take out my vision document because I'm very much a part. Wait. I don't have to take out the vision document and see it.
So he was.
Is this a referendum on the central government, Rahul Mehra?
Arnab, see, if you take things as they are, in a state election, it can never be a referendum of the centre. But then, who raised the pitch? The issue is that Mr. Modi himself said that every single vote that you cast in Delhi shall be coming to me, and I shall personally be serving the people of Delhi. Apart from that, he said many other things which you've just touched upon a little while back. So, the pitch was raised by none other than Mr. Modi. If it was not a central election, why should the Prime Minister, 16 cabinet ministers, why should Mr. Arun Jaitley, who has better things to do than like the union budget, why should all these people jump into the fray? Why should a rally of the Prime Minister become the center point that crowds are not being gathered? Why should Kiran Bedi be parachuted?
Answer him,
why should an opportunism tag be labelled on her? Why should...
I'm answering only once he finishes speaking. I really have a bad throat. I've been talking since morning. I want to answer him only once he finishes. I will answer him, Arnab.
These things should have happened.
No, but accept what he's saying. What is wrong? What is factually wrong?
Rahul ji, I want to remind you. I want to remind Mr. Rahul Mehra. I want to remind Mr. Rahul Mehra and also the Congress spokesperson, and you have to give me 30 seconds to answer him too, Arnab, because there are so many things which have been said. I must rebut all of them. That the Prime Minister was not the Chief Ministerial candidate of Delhi, number one. Number two, the vision document encapsulated all the vision that the central government has for Delhi. Delhi requires good governance, it requires development, it requires infrastructure, it requires good sanitation. And having said that, if the vision document encapsulated it, please let me complete. If the vision document encapsulated it, it was a vision that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has for a city which should be a world-class city. So what's wrong with that? If we did not have a chief ministerial candidate, Arnab, please listen to me. If we would have not declared a chief ministerial candidate and the whole of the Bharatiya Janata Party was not behind the election, then you would have said it was a referendum. Referendum is a wrong word to use in the election results. And I'm saying constantly, I'm constantly saying since morning, we will look within.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the cat is out of the bag.
We will look within. And only then can we give answers to what led to this defeat. This kind of a massive defeat means that something went wrong. We probably could not connect.
The BJP on the other hand says we have not lost, our chief ministerial candidate has lost. How ungraceful this is.
If they had a chief ministerial candidate...
Absolutely not. I'm saying it is collective consciousness. I'm saying it, Arnab. Don't put words into my mouth. We are a party of collective consciousness. We are a party whose successes and failures are all together. We take responsibility for this fact and let us introspect.
What you're now telling me, Vani. Tell me, Vani, here is the quote. Vani Tripathi says, we are a party whose successes and failures are all together. Now, after the Maharashtra elections, Amit Shah says the Maharashtra and Haryana verdicts are totally a people's stamp on approval and the rule of Narendra Modi. The country looks upon Narendra Modi as their undisputed leader.
Arnab, these ministers that you're talking about, that these ministers that the Congress spokesperson is talking about, 20 ministers were campaigning in Haryana, in Jharkhand, in Maharashtra. So, I mean, we work as a team. What is wrong with them? They are all people who got elected because of the party and they were campaigning for the elections.
We'll take it to the panel in the studio, but I'll give an opportunity for Rahul Mehra. And after that, I'm taking it to the panel in the studio. And by the way, you say we have a chief ministerial candidate. I ask you, Vani, which chief ministerial candidate? A chief ministerial candidate who lost her voice? A chief ministerial candidate who refused to face straight interviews? A chief ministerial candidate who was not allowed to speak and gagged by her own party? A chief ministerial candidate who was too scared to take part in an open debate? A chief ministerial candidate who now turns out and says, I didn't lose, my party lost.
Well, you have an opinion on our chief ministerial candidate. You have an opinion on our chief ministerial candidate. It is fine, Arnab. But it is up to the party and the cadre and the organization who they decide. Now a television studio and an anchor cannot decide who should be the chief ministerial candidate of the Bharatiya Janata Party. That will be very unfair. That will be very unfair. But I have said that we will look into this defeat. We will look into this defeat and we will introspect.
Rahul Mehra's turn to take on Vani Tripathi. Tiku, please, 1 second, Rahul Mehra.
Vani, hold on, Vani, relax, Vedant. All I want to say, Arnab, is that, with victory, one needs to be, in the times of victory, one needs to be humble. And in the times of defeat, one needs to show some grace. All I can hear right now is untenable defense, which is indefensible. But be that as it may, I want to remind Vani, since she put that question back to me, that, Mr. Modi was not the chief ministerial candidate. But that was something which we told the people of Delhi. That, look here, Mr. Modi wants to pitch himself as the chief ministerial candidate against Arvind Kejriwal. Is he the one who's going to relinquish his post of the Prime Minister and come down and serve the people of Delhi? And none other than the Honorable Prime Minister himself, in one of his last couple of rallies, said that every vote of yours comes to me and I will serve personally. And this is the biggest elections, the world is watching us. And every trick of the trade was tried, right from making it a communal election to, all kind of allegations, to personal vendetta, to name calling of the worst kind. I mean, who made it a personality battle? Who reduced it into all of this? I mean, it was clearly Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah who were the master strategists as they claim themselves to be, and they never in their lives they claim that they have lost any elections. So obviously at the times when you lose, and in such times also you should be graceful enough and say yes, we accept it with grace, and you win some, you lose some. It's a part of the game.
Mr. Mehra, wait a minute. Arnab, I have to rebut. Because when Mr. Mehra is speaking, you don't say a word. The moment I say something, everybody starts speaking.
That's not true. That's
Mr.
not
Mehra, we have accepted defeat and congratulated you. And we have not done you a favor. Wait a minute, Mr. Mehra, let me complete, please. I didn't speak a word when you were speaking.
No, thank you so much.
I want to bring you back to the amnesia you're suffering from. Who made it into a personalized battle when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was trying to, get into elections last time? Arvind Kejriwal versus Sheila Dikshit. Arvind Kejriwal versus Vijay Goyal. Arvind Kejriwal versus Jagdish Mukhi. So if it was not a personalized battle for you, why were you doing so? Why were you running a campaign behind the auto rickshaws of Delhi where you were constantly targeting individuals? If this was so much issue-based and if this was a larger election which was about development of Delhi, why were you picking and choosing individuals all the time? And constantly implicating individuals for corruption against which you did not have evidence. Yet, we have gotten defeated today. Wait a minute, sir. We will introspect. What we did not connect to, we will introspect. And we will definitely go deeper into where the connect went missing, despite just a 1% vote share, which is very worrying for the Bharatiya Janata Party being in the negative. Yet we will introspect. But Mr. Mehra, please look into your own self before you say that you were the one who started targeting individuals, and we probably were reacting to it.
Arnab, just give me 10 seconds. Arnab, give me 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
What happens before you respond? Let me tell you, you have 10 senior journalists who haven't spoken for 25 minutes. We're all feeling unwell.
If you don't give us a
chance. Okay, go ahead.
No, one second. Okay. I think we give him a chance to respond and then we come in. Okay, Rahul Mehra respond. Okay.
Thank you, Arban. Arnab, the only thing I was saying was, Vani raised two issues. One was on Sheila Dikshit as a personalized battle that Arvind Kejriwal started, and then Jagdish Mukhi. Both were issue-based, not personality-based. Sheila Dikshit government was one of the most corrupt governments of Delhi, Commonwealth and other issues, numerous issues. So that was an attack on the corruption. Number two, Jagdish Mukhi. It was an attack when...
So you were certifying yourself as Imandar and the whole political class was corrupt.
Issue-based. Now please stop.
Constantly you were certifying yourself as the only political, the only political vertical which was honest.
Was an issue based.
So who started targeting it, Mr. Mehra? Tell me please. We must know it today with this historic win that you have.
We will raise issues. You will have no issues. You did not even have a manifesto, and therefore people of Delhi have given a verdict. Now it's we need to actually go back. And we need to sit back, and introspect.
Now, may I intervene between... may I intervene in the middle of this extremely convivial and pleasant conversation just to tell our panelists that I have with me 10 senior journalists and one cephalogist and one television anchor who are all feeling extremely unwell because we've not been given an opportunity to speak. And I can tell you this, Vani, when I complain about not being allowed to speak, it's serious. What happens when you put three young leaders? When you put three young leaders,
I want to tell Vani
when you take three young leaders from three parties, representing Generation Next in full flow against each other, I'm just so grateful you're not using the words, what was it? Bazaru, Bhagoda, Bandar, Madani, Chor, Zahira, Naxal, Badnasib and Toxic.
Arnab.
Because the only Badnasib ones today, the only Badnasib ones are the 10 senior journalists in the studio.
Major setback.
Well, this is a major setback for all of us not being allowed to speak. Okay, by the way, I take it to the panel. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I take it to the panel.
I want to tell Vani something.
You want to give advice?
No, I want to tell her something.
Okay, you want to tell her, Sankarshan wants to say something to you.
Vani, there's Sankarshan. I hope you do realize, Vani, that you're sounding exactly like a defeated Congress spokesperson tonight.
He's rubbing it in.
This is exactly what they do.
I object to that, Arnab. Arnab, I object to that. On your Arnab, give some credit to the Congress spokesperson. In the morning, I said,
Sankarshan, I want to say something.
I think, no, one sec. Just 1 minute. To Jaiveer, Shergill, please don't take objection.
Sankarshan, I want to say something to
Jaiveer, 1 second. Jaiveer, 1 minute.
Sankarshan, you've known me long enough.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Vani.
I want to say something to Sankarshan. Sankarshan, I go back just one rule of the book. जिंदगी की यही रीत है, हार के आगे जीत है. This har is a learning for us. I may look like or sound like a defeated spokesperson to you.
On a serious note.
On a serious
note. But
before
I may look like a defeated spokesperson to you, but I'm not.
By the way,
there are great learnings in this defeat, and we will look forward.
I want to say something to Jaiveer. Jaiveer, we haven't even mentioned Rahul Gandhi yet, and you're already on the defensive. We're actually complimenting you for your experience. What Sankarshan is trying to say is that you're more experienced. So what if the experience is in defeat? You are still more experienced. Navika has the next question to put, and then we take it to our panelists, please. Navika.
Vani, you just said that everything in your party is done collectively. All your decisions, all your defeats, all your victories are done collectively. Very well said. But did your party's senior leadership actually take a collective decision when they brought in Kiran Bedi?
No.
Was there a collective decision when Kiran Bedi was thrust on the party? What happens? Only defeats are collective leadership, and when decisions are foisted by the senior leadership on the Karyakartas, then it's not a collective decision?
Vani's got nothing.
Navika, you know very well how the internal shenanigans of the party function. There's a core group, there's a parliamentary. So this was a policy decision. I cannot say anything further. But I'm saying tonight that this is not Kiran Bedi's defeat. I am not saying it is Kiran Bedi's defeat. It is collective. We are a collective. We will go deep into it and figure out where we went wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a unique situation that the electorate which voted for us, the electorate that voted for us, Navika, the electorate that voted for us the last time probably did not vote for us this time. But yet the vote share is only -1%. So we will have to look into it. We'll have to vertically divide it. We will have to figure it out.
No, I'd like to, one second,
connect?
1 minute.
That's the only way forward.
Vani, hold on.
And BJP, by the way, remains a force in Delhi.
By the way, many people say that Modi was the emblem and Bedi was the face. There are several reasons for this. First, verdict on centre, which has been governing Delhi. Second, BJP attributed success in assembly elections to the Modi wave. Third, Shah called the Modi wave, Amit Shah called the Modi wave a tsunami after the Maharashtra and Haryana elections. That's why Bedi's face, Modi is the emblem. Fourth, BJP ad's vision document boasted of Modi government achievements extensively. Fifth, Modi sought votes on his development agenda and governance. He actually sought votes in his name. And finally, BJP gave the perception that the vote for the BJP was a vote for Narendra Modi. How more can you personalize an election? I throw it to the panel. Let's debate it internally. Okay, let's start with you, Mr. Rajagopalan. All these reasons make this a defeat for the Modi government. What?
It is not a referendum against Narendra Modi or central government.
Elucidate.
Reasons are, the sample, even if you go by the sample survey, it's only 1 crore votes.
Which sample survey?
It's
an election. It's not a survey, for God's sake.
1 crore votes. Delhi was only 1 crore. Delhi votes are 1 crore.
This is not a sample.
Whereas for BJP was 0.9 crores. It is not the one. Delhi had BJP decimated, that's apart.
Okay, let us respond.
But it is not going to be a referendum.
Who's responding on this side too?
You know, listen, Amit Shah called the Maharashtra and Haryana victory a strong stamp of approval on the Modi government.
Yeah, he did.
So therefore, the defeat in Delhi has to be a strong stamp of disapproval on the Narendra Modi government.
It's not referendum.
It's a strong stamp of defeat. You can call it whatever you like. The extent of the defeat, Rajagopalan, when every single person in Delhi banded together to defeat the BJP, there's something seriously wrong.
Mr. Rajagopal, coming into the office, into the studios this evening, and I'm sure you have seen, I've counted them, 18 posters of Narendra Modi alone, Aao Chale Modi ke saath, and they were the most forlorn sight in Delhi today. The entire campaign.
Referendum, Shankar Shah.
Arre Baba, you just
Chale Modi ke saath.
This is semantics you are indulging.
That's the slogan.
Hartosh.
If Modi was elected on a vote for development, then in 8 months, if this is not visible in the most cosmopolitan, urbanized city in the country, then where is it visible? If this is not a test for what he has delivered in this city, then what is it about?
Okay, on 1st February, Narendra Modi says, I am now a Delhiite, right? Give me the opportunity to serve you properly. It's all I, me, give me the vote.
The lucky one.
Right? I promise you, so Sunil Alak, I promise you, I will provide you with 24-hour supply of electricity. I will make a corruption-free system from top to bottom. Your dream is my dream. Give me an opportunity. I will fulfill the dream. Sunil Alak, after this, can the BJP distance the central government from the aftermath of this election?
No, I think tonight is a collective blooper night. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, everybody is coming up with one blooper after another.
Like who?
It's about time, from the BJP, about time we said we've lost. We have to take the blame. We have to introspect. We have to come out stronger, and the matter would end. When I'm saying it's a collective,
I want to go to
that doesn't answer
Navik, I want to go.
I'm not the BJP, please. I'm not the BJP. All right, so you ask the BJP then. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I have said. I have said what I have to say. You can't force me to say anything beyond this.
You're not answering the question.
I am not BJP that I have to answer the question. Ask the BJP people.
No, we are not asking the BJP.
Fine.
We are asking
okay, then I'll get to you. In the morning, you said that RK Puram is going to vote against Mr. Modi because he makes them come at 9 a.m. That means Kejriwal is going to come at 11 a.m. and say, let's start working. No, you answer my question now. No, I want to ask you a question now. You answer. Come on, please. Now you want to answer my question.
As an independent panelist,
then,
the question
come on,
to you
I have
was,
said,
is there an impact
I have
on Modi
said,
or not?
okay, he asked a question. I've answered the way I want to answer. You can't make me answer the way you want to hear it. So enough.
Sidestepping.
That's all. Leave it then. Finished.
The BJP, I'd like to go to Nirja. Please, she hasn't spoken. The BJP pitched several central schemes in its campaign. The BJP pitched Modi. And in fact, Nirja, the NDA cabinet, it cleared an ordinance, I think we remember, to regularize 895 unauthorized colonies right in the lead up to the Delhi election. So there was a facilitation which was happening from the central government as well. Nirja, in that context.
I would like to take a little more nuanced position, Arnab, on this. I think it would be an over-reading of the situation to say that it is a referendum on the 8-month government of Narendra Modi. But there are elements, that people have reacted to in the statements that the party and the government have made, the actions, and you talked about unauthorized colonies being regularized. That didn't go down well. So the CM versus PM distinction that the people have actually made is a very interesting one. And secondly, I met a large number of people, Arnab, who said to me, we still think highly of Modi, but we are going to vote for Kejriwal. Yes. So I think it would be hasty to come to that conclusion.
Even after this scale of a verdict?
No, that scale of a verdict makes you think that there are elements in the government and that the style of functioning of Narendra Modi, the concentration of power and the way decisions are being made, that people have reacted to this, and people talked about inki lagam kasni hai thodi. They wanted to rein them in. Rather than, I would say, a referendum.
Inside story, I would like to tell you one thing. I would like to tell you one inside story.
Mr. Rajagopal,
1 second, let me finish it.
Mr. Rajagopal, after some.
Madam Nirja Chaudhary Swan. When Chief Minister's conference was happening, all the chief secretaries were kept outside of the meeting. Many chief ministers opposed it. This type of centralization power, what she is mentioning, that is correct.
Okay, right. Sabha wanted to also add a point.
Since Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister, it was Delhi which became the theatre of all his renaming holidays, renaming festivals, picking up the Jhadu for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And now it is in Delhi, where from then to now they lose vote share, and we still go round and round in a hoop and say, no, 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 it's actually not Modi, it is actually something else. Of course, it's a rejection of Modi by many people who were voting for him the last time. So there are nuances and there are other nuances also.
Yeah, Arnab, can I just make a point? Yeah, yes, please, Ajay. By the way, I want to go back to the political panel, please.
Arnab, you know, technically, obviously, you can't call this a referendum because it is, after all, a state election. But can you distance the central government?
Absolutely not.
From it, since Delhi was under central rule.
Absolutely not. Mr.
Modi was put up as the main face. And secondly, because of the huge defeat of the BJP in the elections, this is bound to have a national impact. So it is stupid to deny.
By the way, I want to play a 50-second clip. I want to play a 50-second clip. And after that, I think I really have to get Vani to accept this point tonight. I'll play a 50-second clip of how Kiran Bedi was invoking Modi in the campaign. Let's play Kiran Bedi, please.
Not only Obama also she invoked.
The way he was changing India, the way he was deciding and subjects which he was changing India. Are we not only tracking Mr. Modi? I'm looking at Mr. and governance, how India was changing. Because till now it was all black. Now things changed. That is what made me change. That is what inspired me.
मन की बात तो प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे से करेंगे, हम करेंगे दिल्ली की बात दिल से। अंग्रेजी में अभी प्रधानमंत्री जी के ऑफिस में बार-बार आता है ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस। हम लोग बिजनेस को बहुत आसान बनाएंगे करना, ताकि आप जल्दी कंपनी आपकी रजिस्टर हो जाए। ये तो दिल्ली का विकास भारत सरकार के विकास के साथ जोड़ने आई हूँ। मेरा तो नाम बदल गया है, अब मेरा नाम है विकास बेदी।
He is a product of the hard work of millions. For years, they finally got that face.
Just the face. He said the most beautiful face, and he kept talking about Modi all the time. She just kept talking about Modi. On top of it, the BJP deputed the entire central leadership for this campaign. I mean, your commerce minister was handling media, your coal minister was handling Chandni Chowk, your health minister was handling Karol Bagh, your petroleum minister was handling New Delhi, your Madhya Pradesh minister had handling Keshavpuram. You know, it's actually not a defeat just of the BJP, it is the defeat of the cabinet. Vani. It is, and I'm very serious about it, it is the defeat of the union cabinet.
Arnab, let me remind...
And what's going to happen?
Well, of course, all political analysis when a party is defeated, you know, will have all kinds of, versions to it. But Arnab, if we were defeated in Maharashtra, in Jharkhand, in Haryana, then you would have said the same, because more than 20 ministers were also campaigning there. They were handling campaigns, they were handling media
in this case it was far different.
But having said that, as far as the Kiran...
It was far
Kiran
different.
Bedi,
In this case, every member was given a charge of the BJP's 14 district units.
You cannot take the collective responsibility that we share, take it away from us. You may have an opinion which is other than us, that's fine. Because it's a democracy, you can, as a political analyst, you can obviously think differently. But let me tell you what Ms. Kiran Bedi said and what you played out, which I got as an audio link in my ear. She is inspired by the Prime Minister like the millions of people, and whatever you may say, he remains one of the most popular leaders of the country, inclung the youth even today. Because we have lost this election, please let me complete, because we have lost this election, it is a collective responsibility of the party. Very much the work, the campaign, the strategy, whatever we did, we will threadbare look into it. But by just putting blame on one person, that to a tall figure like the Prime Minister will be a disservice to the cadre-based context of what Bharatiya Janata Party stands for. That will be a disservice to us. But so yet you may have an opinion other than mine or other than my party.
Part of Mumbai, Kailash Vijaywargiya was taking care of
I absolutely
during the Maharashtra election?
Because this is the election we are talking about.
No, tell me which parts, how was your cabinet divided in the Mumbai elections or in the Maharashtra elections? Where was Piyush Goyal? He's from Mumbai. Was he taking charge of any particular part of Maharashtra in the Maharashtra campaign?
There were more than 20 office bearers of the party which went and managed the campaign,
there's a whole difference.
Worked internally. Just because we have not been able to form the government in Delhi, So you are casting aspersions on the cabinet. It's not fair, Arnab.
No aspersion.
At the end of the day, we work as a collective. We've always worked as a collective. And people who are in the cabinet are leaders who are also party leaders. You must remember that.
How are you going to manage the parliament?
I mean, we are not going to learn what we should be doing for our campaign from somebody else.
Parliament session. Forget about the past. Let's look into the future. Do you not think that the entire opposition will gang up against the BJP? You looked invincible. Now entering this budget session, how are you going? Is it not going to have consequences? This electoral result on the functioning of Parliament? On you have passed various ordinances. There is, I mean, we are not here just to take pot shots at you. There are consequences of what there are political, legislative, financial consequences.
Sabah, are we new to this? Are we new to this? Are we new to this? So we have been in the opposition for 1 decade, so we exactly know what the opposition is capable of, number one. And all the regional satraps getting together. Let me complete. All the regional satraps getting together, including Mr. Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav, to counter the BJP, who actually influenced almost 3 decades of politics in Bihar. That itself. So, I mean, we are not new to this.
Are you getting scared about the Bihar elections next?
We will do our work in the parliament exactly the way it is supposed to be do, and you will have a great union budget this time.
No. So what about the Jan Dhan Yojana, Make in India, reduction in petrol prices, saying your party cut it 12 times in 8 months, all of these things which were part of Amit Shah's rallies, touting the programs of the Modi government. What was that all about? A dream? A pipe dream? A mirage? A lie? What?
And how are you going to balance what?
So are you saying Arnab, that the government should dump all the work that it wants to do?
Well, okay.
So, Arnab,
Rahul Mehra is coming back to the debate, and to our viewers, do you think this is a referendum on the central government? Will it have an impact?
For development in the country just because we lost Delhi? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's because of how much you invested in Delhi. Okay.
No, I mean, tell me, are you saying that the Jan Dhan Yojana, the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan should be dumped just because we lost the election in Delhi?
Certainly
is that
not.
What you're saying?
All the time
saying. So the government shouldn't work for welfare, shouldn't work for education.
All the time saying is that you use all your central government campaigns, Bani, if you hear me. Despite this, the people of Delhi voted overwhelmingly against you. Your biggest USP was the achievements of the central government and your Prime Minister. Despite this, the people of Delhi voted against you, and they have not voted against you in an ordinary manner. As you have admitted yourself, you are now down to 3 out of 70, and hence this analysis is going to be a bit direct and, if required, a bit harsh. And Rahul Mehra wants to say something to you, and by the way, Navika also has a couple of points to make. Yeah, Rahul Mehra.
So Arnab, no, just one thing. So I've said that we are going to threadbare look into why we've gotten defeated. But that does not mean that the work the central government wants to do will take a beating because of that. Do not mix issues here, because that will be very unfair to both the party and the government at the center.
Rahul Mehra responding. Rahul Mehra.
Vani, hold on. Arnab, actions always speak louder than words. Now, what are the actions of BJP? The actions are that there was a contest, which was a state contest, which was made into a center versus state, government versus a candidate of a particular party who's aspiring to be the chief minister. Now, what was that? That was made into for one simple reason. Because Arvind Kejriwal was perceived to be by the public to be an honest, well-meaning chief ministerial candidate who had absolutely nothing on him. Now, on the other hand, the entire state machinery and the state unit of BJP could not throw up a viable face. And which is why, when the campaign got hotter and when the campaign got, beyond control for BJP, they had to come up with something. And that something happened to be a kind of a personality which they thought would be a match winner for them. And I think most of the media also portrayed it for the first 24 to 48 hours that Kiran Bedi's entry, similar kind of personalities from similar kind of backgrounds and Andolan would actually change the game. Now, that is why I say actions speak louder than words.
Rahul Mehra, Vani Tripathi, Tikku and Jaiveer, Shergill, and to our panel at this point of time. The breaking news is the Prime Minister is discussing the Delhi result with top ministers Arun Jaitley, Rajnath Singh, Venkaiah Naidu and Gadkari. This is the first internal discussion on the reasons for the debacle. The analysis is still going on. When we get an update on what's going on, we'll take more on that. Heading straight up to Super Prime Time, our big debate continues, and this is the big February 10th debate. I'm back sharp at 9 o'clock.